Deep dive time. Let's take a look at the first win totals from the Big 12 Conference. We've gone through the SEC. We've gone through the Big 10. Let's take a look at the Big 12. Of course, the conference doesn't have 12 teams anymore. And, of course, you look at the standings from last year. Oklahoma at 12-2, TCU at 11-3, Oklahoma State at 10-3, the three teams that were clearly the class of the conference. The second tier was Iowa State, a surprise season last year, came on really strong. Kansas State, a little bit of a, I'm not going to say a disappointment, but they didn't compete for the title as some thought they would. Texas showed improvement last year. West Virginia, a team that looks pretty good on paper. That was kind of the second tier, and Texas Tech below them. And, of course, Baylor and Kansas at the very bottom. When we look at this year's numbers, frankly, they're pretty darn similar to what we saw from last year. The market's not expecting any dramatic upheaval. Oklahoma's still the class of the conference, and they have a 2-game lead over everybody else, despite the fact that they lose Baker Mayfield. Oklahoma State, TCU below them. And boy, a lot of mediocrity here. Kansas State at 7, West Virginia at 7, Texas at 7, Iowa State at 6, Texas Tech at 5.5, Baylor at 5, Kansas at 3. And, of course, we are talking about a conference. No coaching changes. You know, Matt Rule back for his second season with the Bears. Matt Campbell now in his third season with Iowa State. He's got them pointed in the right direction. David Beatty, he's probably coaching for his job this year at Kansas. Bill Snyder just keeps hanging around at Kansas State. Lincoln Riley just got the job at Oklahoma last year. Mike Gundy didn't go anywhere. Gary Patterson's not going anywhere. Don Herman's a long-term hire. Cliff Kingsbury held onto his job. And Dana Holgorsen, of course, back for West Virginia. And, again, to go through some of these numbers early, and this is very early, Oklahoma's numbers not going anywhere. They are the class of the conference. I do expect Texas to be a popular choice. Tom Herman's first season, 5-4 in Big 12 play. 5 of their 6 losses came by 10 points or less. This is a roster that is likely to attract betting market attention. If you like the Longhorns over, I would bet them sooner rather than later. And West Virginia is another team. When you talk about a conference where all the best quarterbacks graduated, obviously with Mason Rudolph and Baker Mayfield and on down the line, Will Grier is going to be back in West Virginia. That's good news for Dana Holgorsen and company. And West Virginia might be a little bit of a sleeper in here. Grier, of course, 3,500 yards and 34 touchdowns in his first season as a starting QB for a Holgorsen. So there's certainly something to like about that squad. But when you talk about the other end of the equation, all right, I like the West Virginia team. I do. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.